Hi there, Rob here, and this is the first in the set of 3 videos showing you different ways of using the pen tool to trace a shape. So, best place to start is with my pen tool, and I'm going to start off by doing the most simple way to start with. And what I'm going to do is use the pen tool just to put down corner anchor points where I think my anchor point should be to control these curves, and then I'm going to come back and adjust those curves afterwards. So start where you like, really. I think I'll go in here on this corner here. You can see there's still a lot of decision to be made about how this shape is going to end up. The sketch lines, there's no definite outline here, so I can still actually do a bit of work, sort of like working drawing type work, doing this technical drawing. So I'm going to start with a click at that point there. I'm going to come down to here. And I think where the curve change is probably about there. This kind of little hump here, up to here, over to there, and then let's see, I think probably here, maybe there, in that corner there. I think it's fairly easy to spot a point there, and then maybe here and here, and then I close the shape here. And when you're drawing with the pen tool and you want to close a shape, so have a closed shape, you just hover over the first point you drew, and you can see just by the pen tool I've now got this little ring that's appeared. By clicking on that first point, that will now close the shape, and because I've closed the shape, I can carry on drawing with a different shape. So that looks nothing like the original one. However, I'm going to go back and grab my anchor point tool, and then I'm going to pull out these lines into the curves I think they should be. So if I just pull that one out there, this one down here, work around fairly quickly, make a few design decisions over how your curves are going to go and how the final object is going to look there. I can twist left and right. It's just a case of grabbing the right point and moving it on the curve there, and then just do the same as I work around here. And you might have to go back and take out some points and add some points in. I'll show you that a little later on. So just click and drag and just try and get pretty much the best point there. That's not too bad a job. However, the issue we have is that all the points that have been drawn or been converted are all have independent handles, or nearly all do. See there, I think that's a smooth point, but it's actually 2 separate handles, and I really want this bottom curve here going up to the side and up the top here. And you can see there it's quite a bit of a kink in there because I have 2 separate handles controlling either side of that point. So that really needs to be a smooth point there. So now what I'd have to do, I'll go and switch on my template, is go back and convert the handles where I need to. So this is where our anchor point tool actually works on the points themselves. So to convert an anchor point with independent handles into one with smooth control handles, I click and drag the handles away again. You can see how now they both work together. So I need to twist that one out there. I need to do the same down here as well, and this is where you might have to move your anchor points. Now, one thing about the direction you drag your handles in, if I drag them this way, see how it loops everything round? Undo that. The direction that you drag your points in is the direction you drew the line. So I actually drew from here in anti-clockwise fashion. So when I'm pulling out my anchors, I pull them out in the direction that the path is going there. So now I've got a smooth point there. I don't need to worry about this corner. Let's see, maybe here, well, yeah, definitely here, potentially, yeah, there, a bit smoother there, and the same in here. So I'm kind of doing the job twice by having to go in and alter the anchor points. But I have got nice, much smoother points now. If I click away, so I'll just control or command click away. Now, this here comes down the bottom, comes down to how I actually want to alter my shape, how closely I want to follow my sketch. Well, I didn't follow it very closely there, but I did have a lot of options. So this is where you can maybe turn off your template and start finessing your drawing using the direct selection tool and just going in, and you can move the anchor points around. I can adjust the handle there, and maybe this is where the technical drawing skill comes in actually just adjusting things. Also, if I just pull back my template now, my original drawing has nice, much smoother curves in here. Now I can take advantage of the corner adjustment tool. If I go and click on a point, you see how I get, when I click on the point, not only do I get my handles, I get this little circle here, and what I do is pull that circle inward, and that will curve that point there. I can do the same thing up here as well, so I just click on that and just go and get the little curvature circle. I can pull that down there. So if I turn off my template now you can see there's possibly a little bit of a kink there, so I need to smooth this out. And this is where the the fun, not fun, of drawing with the pen tool can become apparent. Now I've done a reasonably good job there. I might want to come in and maybe flatten that up a little bit more and just smooth this off a little bit more, but there is a lot of adjustment to do. But I am doing a good technical drawing here and getting my lines nice and right. Now maybe that didn't work too well where I pulled down on the curvature there, so I'll just undo that. Maybe I'll pull that a bit further up there, and so forth. And whatever pieces you're drawing, however you're doing it, do the same thing in there. It's down to you. See a very small adjustment there. I'm just smoothing off that there quite nicely. And it's a case of working with your drawing, moving your anchor points, adjusting the handles so you get the right feel, the right look, the right curve, and smoothing things like that. All I can say is practice. The more you practice, the more you'll get used to it, the easier it is. It can be frustrating to start off with, like most things that you don't know, but I promise you, practice more, it'll be a lot quicker. So that is how to draw using just clicking and adjusting the points. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to use the curvature tool.